Hi guys, it's me, Rusty, 78609, Central Texas, USA. Today is May the 6th, 2016. Beautiful day again in Central Texas. Sky is clear, temperature is cool. Right now it's probably 65, light winds. I don't know about the barometer, I don't have it on, but anyway, it's good weather for the next few days, and I'm enjoying it. I got a tasting event Saturday and Sunday, one for Stella Artois beer, and then I can't remember what the other one's called. Something Jalisco. Oh, Estrella Jalisco. It's a Mexican beer out of the state of Jalisco in Mexico. Anyway, I had a comment on my video I did congratulating Donald Trump on basically securing the nomination from the Republican Party for President of the United States, which I hope that he makes it. And what I got, I'll read it to you, and then we'll talk about it. The comment comes from a fellow by the name of Marvin De Leon. I don't think he's Irish. It's a linked comment, which can mean that it's spam or whatever. But be that as it may, somebody produced it, and it's from the what you'd say the South American perspective on my video. And what he says is, and it'll be a little hard to kind of put this into English, but I mean it's written in English, but it's got a little Spanish flavor to it. Anyway, he says, America is the continent where we live. I agree with that. And there are many countries in it. I agree with that, including Mexico. So what are you saying? Trump is going to make all these countries great? I think you missed my point. Because the name of these country, it means this country, is United States of America, that belongs to the American continent, which is correct. We are Norte-Americanos. I know that. On the other side is a Spanish. On the other side, America is a Spanish name, like my classmate in fourth grade, America Valladares, or my neighbor, Americo Gonzalez. By the way, Americo is the name used for males. Is interesting because I have never heard of Americo Smith or an Americo Brown. By the way, the term American is Spanglish. I hope you learned something today. Stab in the heart. Anyway, sometimes you do a simple video, and I don't take these things personally. I understand what he's saying. I clearly understand what he's saying. Number one, he doesn't like Donald Trump all that much. That's obvious. And number two, most South Americans don't really understand why, and the people in the USA call themselves Americans and feel like that encompasses the whole continent. Obviously it doesn't. We are North Americans and they are South Americans. And yes, there are a number of countries on this American continent. And but anyway, my response was general. I just said, thank you for your comment. To narrow it down a little, we in the USA are Norte Americanos. My video was directed to citizens of the USA. Obviously. I thought it was obvious, but apparently it wasn't. I believe President Trump will provide better leadership in a positive direction for all people in the USA. As to other countries on the North and South American continent, I believe it is up to their elected leaders to make them great. And as far as learning something new every day, I do learn something every day, and I love it. And anyway, thank you for your comment, Marvin De Leon. I normally don't name people, but Spanish people, I was in the service with a guy years ago, and he they take the family names, and so you may end up with 4 or 5 names, last names. But anyway, the point being that I understand what he's saying, and if he was offended, I'm not going to apologize because I think that you shouldn't take my videos very seriously. I'm one person in a population of 320 million, so don't get no te calientes plancha. So be that as it may, that's all I really wanted to say about that. Uh, again, the point is well made. I mean, I understand it. He's from a South American country, probably Mexico, and they do. Uh, they don't understand why we feel like the United States is the end all of the Americas. It's not, and a lot of people don't realize that we are North Americans, and there is a South America and a Central America and all that stuff on this large continent. You got Canada up there in the north of us. And do I expect that Trump is going to affect them? Yeah, indirectly, surely, without doubt. You can't have a president of a country of 320 million people that has a GDP as large as we do that doesn't have a hell of an impact worldwide. And that, folks, is just the way it is. So, with that in mind, I'll end that little discussion and move on to what would a President Donald Trump presidency look like after the first year? Uh, I think there's going to be some changes now. Hopefully they're all going to be positive, and we are going to gain some ground in this international economy that we've lost in the past. I think the interesting thing is going to be some of his appointments, because I think you're going to see some of the people that endorsed him, the governor of New Jersey, Christie, the black guy, I can't remember his name, Ben Carson. I think you're going to see him as an appointed to head up housing and urban development. And I think you'll see Christie probably in a powerful position too. Maybe, I don't know if he'd be Secretary of State, but I think he'll be he'll be in the hierarchy somewhere. And I think you're going to see a whole different makeup in the bureaucracy. And do we need that? Yes. I mean, do we need our bureaucracies to be run a little bit more like a business? Yes. And they're now, they actually use the bureaucracies, like the Internal Revenue Service, use their internal powers to intimidate people. And I think it's kind of gotten out of hand. I think that needs to be reined in. The EPA, in theory, it's a great idea. However, I think sometimes they overreach, and they find they have the power to fine, to levy fines, and they do large ones. And then you've got OSHA, occupational safety, health, whatever. That's a biggie. That affects every corporation that moves or is in the U.S. for sure. And what happens is in other countries they don't worry about OSHA and the EPA. Not many of them have anything similar to that. So because of that, cost of products is lower. They can pay lower wages, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that all stems from a comment generally, and but I feel good about Donald Trump. I do, and I know a lot of people are going to send me hate emails because he is controversial, and he's controversial among people that want the government to take care of them. I think now, even though I draw Social Security, which I paid into for I don't know 40 years or more, uh, there there are other entitlements, I guess you'd call it, that people live in fear of losing, and some of them get those entitlements by a scam, by telling little lies on little pieces of paper or on the internet. So anyway, what else is going on? The eye drops. Oh, heaven! I started using them, just one drop every 4 hours, and put it as far away from your nose as you can, one drop in each eye, because if you put 2 drops, it just runs out, and that is absolutely correct. Does it help? Yes. I'm 70 years old. I've probably suffered from dry eyes for 20 years and didn't know it. And now I have, it's amazing. I mean, it really is. I just feel, I haven't rubbed my eyes hardly at all in the past few days, several days. And so anyway, give that a shot. It's just a preservative-free eye lubricant, and they're not expensive. And so I recommend trying that. As far as the next thing I did, the Roku TV, uh, smart TV, it's working well. I mean, I really like it. It's got a built-in Roku, which allows you to stream YouTube, Netflix, and all kind of stuff. But on mine, I just have three little icons. Some people have 30, but I have three. I've got one for the weather, one for Pandora music, and one for YouTube, and that's it for me. And of course, I've got antenna TV. I've got like, I don't know, 25, 30 channels. Probably four or five of those are Spanish channels, South Americans. And but overall, we're kind of back in harmony. If another storm doesn't come through today and screw everything up, damn it. What, what luck. One little lightning strike. But anyway, I just wanted to keep a hook in the water. This is a hook, but this is the way the hook would look if you were in the water and you were this way. You know what I mean? If you if you were a fish, you'd have to be like this. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in. So what else is going on? TV's okay, sound system's okay, eye drops okay. Uh, I did the talcum powder thing. Good idea to use cornstarch based talcum powder, or not talcum powder, but cornstarch based bath powder, not talcum powder at all. So, uh, the funny thing about this, another little caveat is, you know, the California rioters were just waiting for Trump. I mean, because they just knew that he was probably going to lose Indiana and then come in to California without having secured the nomination. And they were ready out there by the millions, I mean, to protest like crazy. And now they don't, they're not needed anymore. I just, I just think that's funny as hell. I mean, how would you like to be geared up for some major protest? You're getting all your money from George Soros or whoever you get it from, to do these protests, and that they're not necessary because he's pretty much going to ignore. Though they'll still have him if he goes out there and does any speeches, which he will do. Uh, but they'll raise hell so they can get on TV. You can't get on TV if you're doing something normal. Okay, I mean they never show anyone sitting in a rocking chair reading a magazine. Okay, just they don't show that for 10 minutes. No, they're not going to do that. They want to show somebody with a hammer breaking out a windshield or burning a car or breaking into a liquor store or something like that, and or cursing and shooting the finger and all that stuff. But that's typical media, and fortunately Donald Trump has used that in his favor because he points out that he'll whenever they're interviewing he'll say, well, look, that's all crap. He'll tell the other guy, the interviewer, that's all crap. And I love that because it's true, and it's time for the American people to have their nose rubbed. Excuse me, the North American people, the United States citizens, to have their nose rubbed in it a little bit because uh, I don't know how many people really believe that stuff, but apparently there are a few, maybe 10 or 20% that kind of buy into the talking heads. And no, uh, I'm glad he's brought out a lot of things. He showed us a lot of cracks in our armor, so to speak. The what do they call it? The process, the election process. He's kind of shown how not important these primaries are. I mean, how they're kind of scammed to put the same people back in power. And I did notice too that George Bush Sr. and Jr. are not going to endorse Trump, and neither is Mitt Romney nor his leader, whoever it was. and some other people. And you know, I think you measure a guy's success sometimes not by who endorses him, but by who doesn't endorse him. Okay, and so I think that a lot of these non-endorsements are, in my opinion, are big positives for Donald Trump, because what he's showing is the rats are coming out of the woodwork now. Okay, I mean, any of these people that are in the top echelon of the Republican Party that are coming out against their own candidate, folks, that is just weird. Weird. But be that as it may, enjoy your day. I'll enjoy mine. I have to go. I got a busy day today. I'm telling you, I mean, I got a busy, busy, busy day today. I have to go to the grocery store and return 3 organic avocados I bought. I mean, they're organic, all right. They're concrete. Son of a bitches. I mean, you know, I had bought them before, you know, organic, and you know, they turned out fine. They come in a little 3 in a little package. They're like $1.25 a piece, $3.75 for a bag, and a little more than I'd like to spend, but they're good. So I bought some, got some more. Well, I got 3 baseballs. I mean, I've had them for 5 days, and they're like rocks. You can't hardly cut them with a knife. No. So I gotta. I mean, I could just throw them away. No, 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 no. You don't get to me for $3.20, baby. No, 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 no. They're going back to the grocery store. I'm getting my money. I'm gonna go buy me some more. So anyway, that's a big project for the day. Upload this video. Maybe get another comment and do a video on it. Yeah, I told you about writer's block. You know, reporters get it. People that write novels and stuff get it, where they just get to a point where they just can't get started. You know, they sit down and nothing happens. Well, you know, you get video block too. I mean, I sit around and think about, you know, because I want to be consistent. You know, that's one of the things I want, and I enjoy doing it. I mean, even though I only, like this video right here will probably get 50 views in a month. You know, I don't care. I'm glad. I'm glad 50 people even bothered to look at it. But you do. You get blocked. I mean, you know, thank goodness I had that comment. I could have skipped. I could have just done that over the internet and replied and left it on the web page or whatever, and that'd been it. But no, I thought it was worthy of a comment because you know he makes a good point. He's from Mexico. I appreciate comments like that. I mean, you know, people have feelings, and I know that. And whenever you step on one of those little feelings, those little nerve endings, they're gonna, you know, the fact that he commented, or the fact that anybody comments tells me that I've hit an interest. Okay, that it's something that picked them enough for them to actually type in a comment. You know, I mean, a lot of people look at it and they might have a comment, but they're not going to go to the trouble to put it down. So you know, but if you spark enough interest to get a few comments, that's good. It's good. Anyway, thumbs up to you guys. Carpe diem. Carpe diem. It's like 3D. You. Anyway, enjoy your day. What else? The carpe diem. Let's see. Adios, amigos. There you go. Hey, there you go. Hey, guy down there in South Mexico, wherever you're from. Vaya con Dios. Adios, amigos. Anyway. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye. Not bad, not bad, not bad.